I'm Ethan Geraets. I am 16 and I live just outside of Colton, South Dakota. Grew up on the farmstead, walk outside and there's a truck going by, it's nothing really new. There's cows in the yard, tractors going by. Wear a hat all the time. One of the biggest things part of my childhood was if I was gonna go outside, grab the cap off the desk and ran out.
Ethan's an extremely charismatic young man. He definitely has a lot of good leadership abilities. Youth Tour is a very important component of kind of bringing along the next generation of leaders within the cooperative world and within our society in general.
I know that he's going to make people feel welcomed. He's going to bring some entertainment to it, and yet he can be very professional as well. So I have no doubt when he's meeting congressional people that he's going to have questions for them. It's not that he's just taking things in. He wants answers and he wants to know more.
Ethan is one of those kids that every teacher dreams about having and every principal dreams about having. He's involved in basketball, he's involved in drama club, Spanish club. He's a very involved student.
In a couple of days, I'm actually going to be leaving to DC. Washington, DC, it's just a name to us, but to go there and actually see it and experience the whole town as like a whole is just something like astronomically different from what we have out here.
Well, it's a great opportunity for them to go and see Washington, D.C., maybe see some sites that they probably wouldn't see if they did on their own.
And hopefully to bridge the gap. I mean, there's such a disconnect between the rural life and the urban life, so hopefully our kids can tell the story better between the rural and urban side, but it's hopefully they can bridge that gap a little bit.
So I was like, this is a lot of kids. For South Dakota, this is a lot of kids, so I was kind of excited to meet some new faces and maybe make some new friends. To fly in over the Potomac and just see DC sprayed out, the Washington Memorial, the White House is over there, it's just like, we're gonna go see those things, so it was a good jump start to get ready for that trip. When I came to Youth Day, just tons of teenagers all over, some are sitting down in a group, some are just up walking around, some are just sitting in the lounge chairs outside, and all you hear is chatter, which was a good sign for me knowing that, we all can communicate, we're all just gonna sit on our phones, we're all gonna mix and mingle, and it wasn't just, each state sectioned off, there's a huge mingling of states, which was really nice to know that there's no really disconnection, we were all there for one reason, so it was really cool. And then we have Mike Schlappy.
I just believe, though, in the power of the way we think and all this. So
to hear his story on how he got paralyzed was really touching to know that sometimes, just ordinary things can go awry. But he didn't really dwell in the past. He kept moving on.
These are our next leaders, and it has a huge impact on them. When they come back from Washington, D.C., their perception is totally changed. I think, the combination of going to see the legislative process along with the things they do on the trip and the way we connect it back to the cooperative model and our history as far as cooperatives, you combine those two and I think it has a huge impact on them. And I think by taking and making an investment in our youth, we're making an investment in that future. We're kind of paying it forward for when we're gone and they really take control and start to lead our communities.
It's important to have the youth involved in things because a lot of people that realize what it was like not having electricity are starting to get into that older generation. Everyone now that has electricity, they just expect it there. And so we want students to be touched by what a co-op is. And Youth Tour and the rest of our programs just give a really good opening eye to those pieces.
Co-ops relationships to me is a lot closer than I realized it was. They're very important to our state. They encompass the whole state and a little bit of other states to provide electricity, a main utility. Without that, there's nothing. It's not even a question how appreciative, how thankful I am that they give this opportunity to such kids as me. Youth Tour is an incredible experience that provides an opportunity not only to experience the Capitol, but become involved in it at such a young age. So to have that is mind-blowing and just flabbergasting.